Original characters. We all make them. I've seen your sketchbook. You didn't know you uploaded the pictures, but I saw it. Even the weird furry one. Well, I asked you to create some original characters and you guys came through. So today I picked 3, one from Star Wars, one from Marvel, and one from Avatar to share here. And come here, come close. I'm actually gonna be drawing one of them too. Woo! So stick around to the end to see which one gets chosen and to see the result. What's up, super fans? My name is Zay, and a quick thank you to everyone who submitted characters on all of the other reviewing your OC videos. All of the characters I go over in these videos are submitted by you in the Superfan Society, a society that if you're not a part of already, you should join. So go ahead and subscribe down below. All right, so for the first character, we have Not a Kiwi 7151. Kiwi, what's up? We've seen you before. So Kiwi made an avatar character. Their name is Tatik Robton. Tatik is an Inuit name meaning love, and Robton is a Tibetan name describing someone faithful. Also, their name means faithful love. I love that. Their character is a waterbender with air nomad and water tribe ancestry, and it looks like they included some of their backstory, so let's read it now. Tatik's father was too slow on his journey back to the air temple to celebrate the coming of the comet. Oh, okay, all right. I thought this was going to be like telling me about the characters, the whole story. Let's go. And thus, he was one of the few air nomads to survive the initial attack. For the following years, he would evade the Fire Nation across the Earth Kingdom, isolating himself from others to protect himself from heartbreak, and because he desperately wanted his child to be an air nomad. Eventually, though, he found himself safe in a southern water tribe village. He was able to settle down, and he found himself in love with Tatik's mother, a waterbender. They would bend air and water together, and after a long time of internal denial from Tatik's father, they'd have a kid together. Though Tatik's father found true love, he was also distracted from his spirituality by his love, and so Tatik was born a waterbender. That's very interesting. Yeah, we see Kyoshi's mom, Jessa, loses her skill with her airbending because she loses her connection to her spiritual side. It's very connected. That's really interesting. Tatik's father found this troubling, and it further blinded him from his spirituality. Tatik's mother was the only thing keeping him together. She was the glue against the cracks in the image of himself. What a line. Everything was harmonious, but then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked? I got too caught up in thinking of like the music that I was going to edit in. They had to flee again to the Northern Water Tribe by going through the Earth Kingdom. While fleeing, Tatik's father would teach Tatik, who he was adamant about calling Robton, how to use airbending techniques with his water. Oh, very interesting. I like that a lot. When Tatik couldn't do it, his father would blame him for his mother's death. Okay, wow, big change there. Tatik's father knew it wasn't true, but his internal strife plagued him. On the way to the North Pole, they came across a mountain cave, a trap to capture and kill the few airbenders that had survived the air nomad genocide and fled to the Earth Kingdom. Tatik's father left him hidden far away while he went inside to check it out. It was then that Tatik's father was murdered. Tatik was 10 at the time. Dang, he's blaming a 10-year-old for his mom's death? That's crazy. After losing both parents in the same year, Tatik made it his mission to get revenge. He would continue his study of airbending with waterbending techniques, including stealing bending scrolls. Since the Earth Kingdom is very dry and arid, Tatik would notably learn how to bend the moisture within air. I love this. This is awesome. At 12, Tatik became an assassin for hire. Okay, so that's why we had such a dark backstory. He's turning into a dark character. It was due to this work that at 16, Tatik is captured by a pirate captain who he was hired to kill. The captain took pity on him. Tatik would join a pirate crew that often terrorized the Fire Nation. Whoa, okay, so he's a pirate now? While much of his crew was rowdy in their raids, Tatik bends the moisture in the air into a foggy cover as he hides in the shadows to steal riches and assassinate soldiers. Oh, it's just like Aang with the pirate crew in the first series. Kiwi, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing that character. That's so cool. That feels like the ultimate assassin or thief if they can just disappear into a cloud of smoke. He literally, it's like having smoke bombs everywhere. That's so cool. Thank you again for sharing that, Kiwi. Now we're going to move on to our next character. All right, so next up we have Blast Furnace. So Blast made a Marvel character. What's your name? Willie Mays. Like Billy Mays.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Putty.
Hero name. Okay, guys, I try not to read through this whole thing, but this is why I picked this one. Listen to this name, okay? Karate Dog Man. That's so good. It's like Seance Dog from Invincible. They're somewhere between 16 and 17. They are a human. They're 5'8" with a style similar to Jazz from Fresh Prince. Interesting. And Zach Taylor from MMPR. Okay, I looked it up. Zach Taylor from MMPR. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it seems. What would your hero outfit look like and be made out of? Something that I think is cool is that Blast writes as this character. So there's like my's and I's used. So we'll go ahead and read how they describe themselves looking. My first made low budget outfit was custom made from a onesie tracksuit colored red, black, and off-white, wearing a yellow karate belt, yellow bandages wrapped around hands like gloves, and wearing ninja shoes, and a red ski mask, with long black dog ears and a mask wrapped around the eyes like Ninja Turtles. That is a lot. So I'm trying to get like a mental image in there. Tracksuit, dog ears, Ninja Turtles. The new suit would be similar in color and style, but be more upgraded material like Spider-Man or Daredevil, but with more of a martial arts edge like Iron Fist, except his mask will be dog themed and still have the black ninja headband wrapped around him like the Ninja Turtles, and his eyes will be yellow, similar to Deadpool in the comics. Okay, so kind of like glazed over, like he's looking through something. Okay, cool. What is your power? Martial arts, trained in many styles, but learned kung fu from a wise master, and it helped push my mind and body and spirit to performing superhuman level techniques. They also have an ability called Fighting Spirit, activated when taking too much damage. Okay, cool. It's like a barbarian in D&D. Oh my god. Were-dog physiology. Was bitten by a were-dog, which granted me supernatural abilities. Oh my god, this is incredible. I love this character. Oh my god, that reminds me of the story. Okay, so I had a D&D game that I played with my girlfriend and two of my friends, right? And I was DMing, right? So when we created the campaign, they had their own characters. I had a self-insert character because I wanted to play the game too, but I also gave them a follower, and this follower just had so much bad stuff happen to them. His name was Brock Lee, and at one point he got hit by a polymorph so that he had like turtle feet, and then he got bit by a were-rat in the sewers of Waterdeep. I think these two would be friends. Anyway, the abilities gained by were-dog physiology were super strength, speed, agility, reflex, dexterity, durability, stamina, enhanced bite force, and claws that rip through many materials, including steel, and a bark that can stun enemies and cause a minor shake in the surrounding area. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. They also have a regenerative healing factor, mainly due to the were-dog abilities, but also from using certain techniques from his training, and from herbs and elixirs, either made from his master or gifted to him from allies that they met on their quest. That's an interesting look. So it's like Werewolf by Night meets Iron Fist meets like Teen Wolf. This is an interesting, a very original idea. They also have ESP. Due to their were-dog powers, they gained enhanced hearing, sight, and night vision, smell and sense supernatural forces, and also due to some of his training as well. We asked what MCU character they would want to receive combat training from. They said Shang-Chi. An MCU character that they would want to be mentored by, they said Black Panther or Doctor Strange. And then an MCU character that you want to befriend, they said Spider-Man or Howard the Duck. Well, Blast, thank you so much for sharing this character. This was awesome. This is so different from what I usually see on the channel. It was very fun, and I really appreciate you sharing that here. And let's move on to the last character for today's video. That's going to be from General Grievous the First. They shared a Star Wars character. Their name is spelled M-O''O''N. I'm going to say that's Moan. Their race is Ithorian. Now, in an effort to be honest, even though I don't want to seem like a fake fan, I'm going to look up what that is. Oh, it's these guys. Yeah, cool. They are 79. Lothorians only live for 85 years, so he's lived a long life and is close to the end. Very interesting to start towards the end. I like seeing old characters. Good choice. Moan is large and muscular. His skin is wrinkly and thick. His eyes are small, black, and smooth. He wears a button-up sleeveless top and long, baggy, patched-together pants. He also has his left arm replaced with a mechanical one that doubles as a heavy-duty blaster. Dude, this is already sick. I'm very much getting like Wild West themes with this. He was born on a cargo ship heading to Cola 4, the home of the Colacoids, who made the Droidecas. They're real. Look them up. Okay, will do. I like you, General Grievous. What a fun tone you have. Okay, yeah, I've seen these guys before. They do look like the Droidecas. I heard somebody talking about how the Droidecas are specifically supposed to look like them. Same thing with the Roger Rogers, the R1s. They look like Geonosians. Interesting line to go down, but let's see. They said they're real. Look them up. I'll explain this later. Noted. His physical strength made him the muscle of the group he's in, but he's gentle and only fights when provoked or endangered. Although he doesn't directly own a ship, he does own one of those vehicles that was used by the Empire on Endor. You know the type, right? General Grievous, how are you making me look three things up? You're making me feel like a fake fan. You don't mean the motorcycles, right? Okay, I mean, I looked it up to see if there's something that I'm not thinking of. Maybe you mean something called a Forest Ranger, but I'm gonna assume you mean a speeder bike, and that's awesome, because that feels like a horse. And this guy feels like a cowboy. I'm just like fully just projecting my own ideas onto your character. I'm sorry. No, Moan is not force sensitive, but he does have a great sense of hearing. So sneaking up on him is nigh impossible. Okay, come on. What? This man's a Western protagonist. Look, what I'm imagining is like he's in the dead of sleep in a sleeping bag, sleeping under the stars. He hears a twig break in the background. All of a sudden he rolls over with his blaster gun. ready to shoot whoever's threatening him. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear it. His only allegiance is to Asuna, a whole separate character, though he does find the concept of the Separatists, a group who at first wish for liberty and freedom for the people of the Outer Rim. Oh my god, and it's the Outer Rim. This is a cowboy. All right, and as for companions, they say that they have a couple. Some of them are Sabo, a mechanically enhanced human who is the brains of the group, Asuna, a Twi'lek who is the leader of the group he's in, and Zas, a Dug who had a special interest in explosives. Moan's only weapon is a mechanical cannon arm that was mentioned earlier, but he prefers to use his fist, the fist Mother Jungle gave him. Mother Jungle? Hell yeah. Moan was born on a cargo ship. His mother died birthing him. From day one, he was a slave, working for the Colocoids so that they may produce their droidecas. Over the years, he saw many attempts to escape. They were successful, but only because they escaped this mortal coil. Dude, I want this, like, Star Wars Western movie so bad. Like, these people are on like a chain gang making these droidecas, and they like run away trying to get out, and then just and they just like fall over. Dust flows in the wind. I love it. I love it. Eventually, after Asuna arrived and a group was created, they plotted an escape. But it was only during the end of the Clone Wars, when Anakin, Ahsoka, and Rex were taken to Colophor, did they succeed. During the escape, they took a ship and flew off. But before they got to a safe space to escape, the ship was shot by large turrets. Moan was the only one to be hit, and he lost his arm in the process. He tanked it like a champ, all caps, and eventually found sanctuary near the beginning of the Empire's reign. So what do you think? General Grievous, I think this is awesome. What a tone. I can like feel the energy of this story. This is so cool, and I'm really glad that you shared it here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi. Guys, you want to see my cat? This is Marceline. Say hi, Marcy. Marceline is our youngest. She's the baby. But anyway, now is the time we've all been waiting for. We are going to randomly choose which of these characters will be drawn by yours truly. All right, let's see who we get. 3, 2, 1, roll. 2, Blast. Ooh, that's the one with the were-dog and the ninja mask. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay, cool. We'll throw in that footage of me creating that character now. I had a lot of fun with this. I based the actual like face appearance off of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers character that they mentioned. I thought the biggest hurdle was going to be the mask, because it's like threefold, right? They said it's a ski mask that's also a Ninja Turtle eye mask that's also given dog ears, right? I thought that was going to be the hardest thing to make. The hardest thing to make was actually the tracksuit that they talked about. The fact that it had 3 specific colors that they wanted worked into it that weren't the yellow armbands, so like 4 colors in total, just completely threw me. I'm not like a big fashion person, and I guess that translates into my drawings, because I only usually give people like 2 main colors and then like an accent, right? So I had a hard time, but I ended up I looked up like tricolor tracksuit and found this one on Google that I used as a reference, and I think this turned out okay. And then I threw our boy here into a city background, gave it some motion blur so it looked like an action shot, went through, added the highlights and shading, something that I'm not super confident in, but I do think I'm getting better at. If you compare this to the Mandalorian in Avatar video that I did, the shading is getting much better. It's kind of cool that you guys can track that progress along with me. So far we've done Mandalorian in Avatar, we've done our Acolyte character where we made a Jedi and their Padawan. We did the Fantastic Four in Avatar. Oh my god, that video, I'm so glad that video got attention. That was one that I'm very proud of. And then now we have this, the first drawing that I've made of one of your characters, and I hope you guys like it. Blast, I hope you like it. I've wanted to draw your guys' characters for so long, and I'm glad that we finally did it. This is such a fun experience, and I hope you had a great time. Thank you to everybody who shared a character, not only for this video, but just in general. I do these videos where I look at your characters all the time, so trust me, we will be working through the backlog. I'm hoping that we can get just like everybody that comments eventually. So if you have any ideas, make sure to share them. We've done Avatar, Marvel, Fantastic Beasts, we've done the Godzilla verse, a whole bunch of stuff. So make sure to share your characters, and hopefully you'll be put on the channel. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, make sure to leave a like below. That really helps the channel out, and what helps the channel out even more is by subscribing. And hey, not only does it help us out, it also makes you a member of the Superfan Society. We're a super cool group of people that talk about the things that we are super into, and it would be super awesome of you to subscribe and join. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you all next week with another video, but until then, stay super.